How many times have you lost weight only to gain it all back again? And maybe you gained even more than you started with initially. I have something very interesting to share with you today, so stick around and let's get to it. Welcome back to the JoLynn Braley Show. Today is episode number 633. The topic, the number one reason Ozempic won't work. And this is something that no one else is talking about. All right. Welcome again to the JoLynn Braley Show. I am JoLynn Braley. I am the permanent weight loss coach, the mind-body weight loss coach, the weight loss mindset expert who founded the Inner Self Diet. That might sound like a kind of different sort of name for a diet because you probably don't want to lose weight on the inside. You want to lose weight so you can look your best in your jeans, right? And I totally get it, of course, and there's nothing wrong with that. But here's the thing that everybody is missing when they think about weight loss. There is a universal law that all of us live under, and that universal law is the inner and the outer always match. The inner and the outer always match. Maybe you've heard before that you're a spiritual being living in a physical form. Well, what if on the inside you believe that you're fat? And it's not just about fat on the body. It's about FAT, fear attracting thoughts. FAT, fear attracting thoughts. You don't know how you're going to lose weight. You don't know if you can lose weight. Maybe you can lose weight. Why is it that everybody else has an easier time losing weight? On and on and on and on and on and on. I don't want to be hungry. What if I'm going to be hungry? What if I can't keep this up? What are people going to think of me if I do another diet? All of this mental and emotional baggage that you need to lose. You've got to become fit, slender, awesome on the inside if you really want to be that on the outside, because the inner and the outer always match. This is why there are so many examples of people who have won the lottery, who believed themselves to be poor. They won the lottery and then they lost all of it within a couple years. Because even though they won that money, they didn't believe they were rich. They weren't rich on the inside. They didn't feel rich. They didn't see themselves as being rich. They didn't experience themselves and experience a life as being rich. It's the same thing with the weight loss. You've got to become thin within if you really want to lose weight once and for all and be able to maintain that on the outside. This is a work that I've been doing with awesome coaching clients since 2009. Before we're done here today, I will share with you your first step if you really do want to break free. And it makes sense to you that there's no time to waste, because the longer you wait, what happens? It just becomes harder and harder and harder and harder. And I understand, but you got to do something different if you want different results. I want to share with you here the number one reason Ozempic won't work, and this is something that no one else is talking about. Before we do that, make sure that you download my free cheat sheet. It's super simple to digest, and I don't mean that you're going to eat it, but it's really easy to go through, and it will give you my cheat sheet to successful weight loss. You can get that at easyfunweightloss.com, easyfunweightloss.com. Don't miss out on that. You're going to want this. Mindset is 92.8% of the challenge. So get that at easyfunweightloss.com. All right. So what is this number one reason that Ozempic won't work? I haven't seen anybody talking about this. So the thing is, with the weight loss shots, the drugs, the unnatural way to interrupt your body's perfect digestive process, to interrupt it, to stop it, halt it, slow it down with these shots, I got to tell you that I'm totally about natural weight loss. But let's say that for those who take this unnatural path of injecting themselves in their stomach, oh my gosh. Anyway, here's the thing. Maybe it can help you lose some pounds. So it's not that it couldn't work to see the number on the scale go down, but what if you don't even feel safe being thin? You know what's going to happen? If you have not healed your inner self, if you do not feel safe in a thin body, then you'll stop using the Ozempic if it does work for you, because it will feel so uncomfortable to be skinnier, to be thinner, to be more slender, to be smaller. It will feel so uncomfortable that you'll have to sabotage it and gain the weight back to get back into your comfort zone. This is a real thing. This is a real thing. And there are many who are overweight or obese who are like that and are binge eating, emotional eating, making unhealthy food choices in order to stay in a large body to try to protect themselves. And this is not always conscious. It can be unconscious. It could be something from childhood that you picked up. Some who have been abused have this problem. And that is a big problem to have if they have not gotten counseling for that. But there are many who have even had therapy for their abuse, but they never addressed their weight and their food issues. They never addressed healing their relationship with food, healing the relationship with themselves and with their body, and with being able to feel safe in their own skin at a healthy weight. So the thing is that you can force yourself. You can even white knuckle your weight loss. In fact, I did a podcast about that. It's a great podcast episode. Just look it up in the JoLynn Braley Show, white knuckle weight loss. And I told a story about a woman who did that and she boomeranged back and gained all the weight back. But you can force yourself to lose weight. Maybe you've even done that many times. Maybe you have done many diets. Maybe you're even trying out these diet shots, these drugs, the Ozempic, and there's different names for it. The GLP-1, which is really supposed to be a drug for those who have diabetes. That's really what it was supposed to be for. And, you know, there's more to that. I have written a couple articles on my website, which if you go to fearlessfatloss.com/blog and just type the word in the search section there, Ozempic, and then you'll see I have at least 3 articles on there so far as of the time of this recording. You can read those. It's got some great content on there on this topic. But do you understand what I'm saying? That if you don't even feel safe being thin, if you don't feel comfortable being thin, if you feel like you're in danger being thin, then does it make sense? It's not going to matter how many times you force yourself to lose weight, and no matter how you do it, you're always going to end up sabotaging it so that you gain the weight back so that you can get back to feeling comfortable in your body. Because if it's too uncomfortable to be at your healthiest weight, let's just say your healthiest weight is a size 8 and you look your best, you look great, you're rocking your jeans, but you've never been able to maintain it. Well, this can go beyond the unhealthy eating behaviors, and the unhealthy eating behaviors can be a result of the deeper problems. The good news is you can heal these things, and it doesn't have to take years. And in fact, you know what? I'm not a therapist. I am a coach. I'm a certified master consciousness shifting coach, a certified master NLP practitioner. I have the skills and the training and the certifications to work with my clients to help them heal on the inside, change their mind so that they could change their body, heal their emotional relationship and connection to food and to themselves and to their body, to break free of the emotional eating, the binge eating, the compulsive overeating, the comfort eating, the stress eating, the revenge eating, whatever kind of overeating problems you have. These things can be healed, but a food diet isn't enough. And neither is Ozempic, because how can you fight beliefs, emotions, images, stories, history that's on the inside of you? How can you fight that if you have not healed it? Remember, the inner and the outer always match. The inner and the outer always match. If you want to look your best, get to your goal weight, maintain it, stay there. If you really want to be your best self, if you really want to live your best life, live in your best body, then you have to become that on the inside. You've got to become a match to it. You've got to become the you who believes that you deserve that. And I don't mean a sense of entitlement like, oh, I should just be able to, be thin and not have to do any work. No, that's not it. It's about believing that you are worth the effort, that you're worth the time, you're worth the focus, you're worth the attention, you're worth the investment, you're worth whatever it takes to heal and achieve your healthy relationship with food, healthy relationship with your body, to lose weight for good, to be able to be normal with food. Food diets aren't enough, though. A weight loss shot is not enough. Are you following me? Is it making sense? There's nothing you can do to make yourself lose weight and keep it off if you haven't matched up with it on the inside. So when you think about how many diets have you done? How many times have you lost weight? How many times have you gotten all the way to your goal weight, but then you gained it all back? How many gym memberships have you bought? How much at-home workout equipment have you bought? How many diet books do you have? How many Weight Watcher memberships? How many times have you signed up for that? Or how many times have you gone to Jenny Craig? How many times have you made a New Year's resolution? Does it make even a little bit of sense that there's more to this than all of those things? Because when you haven't addressed your inner world, your relationship with food, your relationship with yourself, your limiting beliefs, when you haven't addressed what's going on the inside, then how can you force a round peg into a square hole? The round peg is your desire to get to your goal weight and stay there for good. But the square hole is where you're at right now, in your mind, in your heart, inside of you, the way you see yourself, what you believe you're worth, how much time and effort you're worth to heal this problem. How can you force that round peg into that square hole? How is it going to fit? But if you were to take a journey to heal your inner self so that that square hole can transform and match the round peg, now you've got a match. Now you can lose weight and keep it off. Might sound like kind of a funny analogy, but it just came to me now. It reminds me of a childhood toy where you have those little wooden blocks that the child tries to fit into the different little holes, and you can't force the round peg into the square hole. That's just how it is. You can't. You could try to move it around a little bit, maybe get a little section of it in there, but you can't get it in there all the way. And it's the same thing when it comes to your desire to lose weight. If you want to lose weight for good, hey, if all you want to do is just lose 10 pounds for an upcoming event and you don't care if you gain it back, then, just do that and then gain it back, and then there's no big deal, right? I'm talking about when you want to tackle this lifelong problem that you haven't solved up until now. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good about how you're eating. You want to feel good in your own skin. You want to feel good about your body, your life, all of it. You want to be able to go on a vacation and not worry about how you're going to look in your bathing suit or in shorts or in short pants even. I've had coaching clients who before they worked with me, they would go on vacation and they didn't even want to leave the room. They didn't want anybody to see them in summer clothes. So that wasn't even a bathing suit. They just didn't want to be seen in any kind of revealing clothes. When you heal your relationship with yourself, with food, with your body, you really can break free of the unhealthy eating behaviors. And then you're able to live a healthy lifestyle, which allows the weight to come off over time, and then you could keep it off. But it's got to be that match between the inside and the outside. And even Ozempic can't save you, because if you don't feel safe, if you don't feel good, if you don't feel comfortable being thin, you can't stay thin. So you'll find a way to sabotage yourself out of it. So what about you? What about where you're at right now? Do you want to make a big, bold change? Do you really want to heal this problem that has been plaguing you for how many years? How old were you as a child when you first started struggling with your eating, with your weight, with your body image, with how you felt about yourself? Do you want to heal? Do you want to feel good about yourself? Do you want to fall in love with yourself, feel proud of yourself, feel accomplished, feel like you're finally on the path where you can eat in a normal way, where you're not constantly living in negative self-talk land because of how you're eating, when you're able to eat in a healthy way, make good choices for yourself, make good choices that work for your body, and not sabotage yourself, not get in your own way. Do you want this? And do you want to look your best in your jeans? Do you want help to do this? Because did you know that the fastest way to get the results you want is with coaching? Coaching is about results. Coaching is about going from where you are to where you want to be in the least amount of time possible. This is the work that I've been doing with awesome coaching clients since 2009. That's a long time, isn't it? If you would love to stop struggling with your eating and your weight loss, and you want help to do it, I have a first step for you. Just go to www.discovery-session.com. www.discovery-session.com. Enter your first name and your email, click the button, and then on the next page, there should be a button that opens up an application. It's an application for a complimentary one-on-one weight loss discovery session with me over the phone. Find out what is in your way personally. What is personally going on with you? What is stopping you personally? What do you personally want? This weight loss discovery session will help you gain clarity and commit to yourself with what you're going to do to get to where you want to go, if you really want to make changes. But listen, if you're okay with where you are and you'd rather stay in your comfort zone, then this complimentary session is not for you. This is only for you if you really want to break free. If you would love to get to the other side of this. If that is you, then go to discovery-session.com and get the ball rolling now. Why not? What do you have to lose except for how many more years of struggle? You know what I mean, Jean? Thanks for listening in today to podcast episode number 633 of the JoLynn Braley Show. I wish you your very best life living inside of your ideal body.